Welcome back to Armchair Hero, and we have a doozy for you on this episode. We have a thief out on the road. A thief out on the road, and they are stealing merchandise. It's disgusting, folks. Absolutely reprehensible. The Pittsburgh Penguins today. The Penguins took to X earlier today, and they tweeted. Side note, are we supposed to call it a tweet still? Anyways. Pittsburgh took to X and they tweeted, "The Penguins announced today that the shipment carrying the Jagr Bobbleheads for tonight's game has been stolen en route to Pittsburgh. As a result, the Bobbleheads will not be distributed at tonight's game, but will be distributed at a later date." Going on to say all fans in attendance will receive a voucher that includes a one-time scannable barcode that will be required to pick up the bobblehead at a later date. Location and dates for pickup will be shared when the items are safely located or new bobbleheads are produced and available for distribution. So if you planned on attending this game in Pittsburgh, you will not get a bobblehead, unfortunately. Which, and in a serious note, it's kind of sad for any kid that's going to go there. Maybe it was their first game. I remember going to, the Twins. You get your little baseball bat, the mini baseball bat, or poster, or whatever it is. I think we got a Timberwolves poster. Maybe one of those little Twins helmets that you get your ice cream in. So that's unfortunate. These thieves robbed those kids of that. So who did it? Who stole 10,000 Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads? And we have a suspect. The internet tracked down a suspect, and we think we might know who it is. And after that, after I show you the suspect, I want to go over some of the other all-time sports memorabilia heists. And first, before I get to some responses here, what are these thieves going to do with this? 10,000 Jagr bobbleheads? And those bobbleheads, if we're being honest with ourselves, they're pretty cheap. The team isn't spending 50, 60 bucks on a bobblehead. I mean, they're getting probably pennies, 90 cents, $1 maybe, $2 maybe for these promotions. But that's not what matters, folks. That's not what matters. But again, what are they going to do with them? Sell them on eBay? Oh, well, that's pretty easy to track them down. You're going to go sell them to some kids in Africa? Maybe down to Mexico? I feel like you're not going to get much of a return on 10,000 Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads without being traced somehow. And to give them the benefit of the doubt, maybe they had no idea what was in the trailer. Maybe they're just stealing a semi-truck full of stuff, and they had no idea that it was full of Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads, the king of flow. Anyways, here's some of the replies to this story. All right, who had Jagr Bobblehead Heist on their 2024 bingo card? Not me. Like there's a documentary here, I swear. I really want to know who steals a shipment of bobbleheads and what their plan is with 10,000 of them. Jagr Bobblehead Heist before GTA 6. They're practicing for the new game, that's right. But I said, who do you think stole the Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads? And dun dun dun, it was him! It was Gritty. Which would be an all-time storyline. I feel like a great promotion. If this is what they did, it's probably not, but if they're playing this back and forth, the franchises. Dang it, Gritty. Dang it, dang it, dang it. So we will see what happens here for all you folks that plan on going to the game. It is unfortunate. This is the world we live in now. People stealing left and right, and it's not good. So hopefully they find the bobbleheads. Hopefully the kids get the bobbleheads, and everything is right in the universe. Now, I wanted to go over some of the other all-time sports memorabilia heists while we're on this topic, starting with a recent one. Bandits busted for stealing $4 million in rare Yogi Berra memorabilia, including 9 World Series rings MVP plaques. So these guys got caught, and they'd been doing this for about a decade. They'd been stealing stuff here and there. $4 million worth. And then we got one of the all-time O.J. Simpson arrested in Vegas robbery involving sports memorabilia. He ended up getting sentenced to 33 years for this, with eligibility of parole in 9 years. And he ended up obviously getting out on parole. And there was a whole story about this heist. You guys can go find documentaries. I believe there's several documentaries about this. And this was 13 years after he was acquitted of the murder of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown, and Ronald Goldman. And a lot of conspiracies out there, and I don't even know if it's a conspiracy. I don't want to use that word. A lot of theories out there behind why he got such a harsh punishment for his 33 years for stealing. And it was, I think, at gunpoint. Is that, the judge was right and a wrong. That's I don't know all the details, but that's one of the theories out there. And obviously he's out for that now. Another one here, pretty recent, 2022. $100,000 in rare sports cards stolen in Chicago heist. Someone stole from a private collector. Pretty unfortunate. This person spent their whole life collecting cards and robbed them. And then one of the bigger ones of all time. So recently, a Honus Wagner card, one of the rarest cards of all time, a card that Charlie Sheen owned, sold for $3.1 million. Very, very spendy card. That card was stolen at one point. In 1998, a chef and maintenance manager realized there were no cameras or alarms in the cafe where Charlie Sheen's collectibles were. They were about to go on auction. Times were different in the late 90s. The men stole the Wagner card and replaced it with a fake copy. When nobody noticed the card on display was fake, the conspirators sold the card to a well-known dealer. Sheen purchased the card for $222,500, but the thieves sold the card for $18,000. They didn't know what it was worth. They sold it for $18,000 after Charlie Sheen purchased it for over $200,000. One of the guys who went to prison for this, he ended up getting pardoned by Obama. So he spent quite a bit of time. I think like 16, 17 years in prison for it. I mean, he stole a lot of money. A lot of money, but that's a hefty sentence for that. Anyways, he got pardoned for it. Sadly, this happens quite often. People steal cards, people steal memorabilia all the time. Back to the Jaromir Jagr case. Who done it? Who done it? And what are they going to do with 10,000 Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads? Before we go to, I just have to say this because I don't know how many times we're going to be able to cover the Pittsburgh Penguins. I love that Pittsburgh has all of their pro sports teams having the same color. They all have black and yellow. I love that. You got the Steelers, the Pirates, the Penguins, and yeah, they don't have an NBA team. So, but yeah, all of them the same. I love that. Then as a fan, you could just buy a couple different shirts with the black and yellow. I don't have a Pittsburgh Penguins shirt, but I'll wear my Pirates shirt. That'll suffice for now, so I don't have to spend $70 at the merch shop at the arena. But I love that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who stole the bobbleheads? What are they going to do with them? And if you are new here, please make sure you subscribed. This is the brand new channel from Zed Media. We're going to be talking a lot about sports here, anything and everything to do with sports, because we love sports. We think it's important. It's a giant part of our culture, and it brings people together. We get to talk a little crap here and there, but at the end of the day, it should be all fun and games. That's the whole point, right? So make sure you're subscribed for a lot more in the future. Anything and everything sports. That's it for today's show. I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Armchair Hero.